In this video, we will be diving into the absolute most pointless, completely random, yet oddly interesting My Singing Monsters facts that I could find. Why, you may ask? Honestly, I have no idea. Despite being random and useless, I'm sure you will find these facts interesting, to say the least. But hey, if you're the type of person who finds this type of content entertaining, then make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to show your support. Trust me, it helps a lot. So sit back, relax, and get ready to delve into 8 minutes of the most useless My Singing Monsters information. Without further ado, let's jump right into these facts that are as useless as they are fascinating. The monster with the shortest name isn't actually a single monster, but technically a group of them. All 7 of the Dipsters are tied for having the shortest names, with each one having just 2 letters, except for Soul of course, since its name has 3 letters rather than 2. Unlike most monsters, the Reedling doesn't rely on their nose or mouth to breathe. Instead, they can only breathe through their flutes. Those flute-like appendages aren't just for creating music, they are also essential for the Reedlings to take in air. Without them, the Reedlings would not be able to survive. The Rebro is the monster who can jump the highest, and it's no surprise why, as just by taking a look at those powerful legs, it's obvious that the Rebro never skips leg day. The monster found on the most islands is actually a tie between the Mammoth and the Potbelly, with both appearing on 12 islands each, not counting the Mirror Islands. This makes these 2 monsters the most versatile in the game, as they have adapted to living in a wide variety of environments across the monster world. Bella is a nickname that was given to the Creepsicle, which in a variety of different languages means beautiful, and just by taking a quick glance at her, this name suits her, well, perfectly of course. The being who created Wobbling Island was actually the common Woloks, and its motive behind creating the island was that the Wobblins were in desperate need of a place to live. In order to do so, the Woboks channeled its immense electrical energy, bringing the island to life, creating a perfect living environment, allowing each and every one of the Wobblins to thrive. The Gob holds the record for the monster with the strongest bite in the game. To put it into perspective, the Gob's bite is also substantially stronger than any animal bite in the real world. While every light elemental monster visually shines or glows in one way or another, there is one monster that breaks this pattern, and that monster is the G-Day. Each of the 3 iconic My Singing Monster mascots all share one close thing in common, that being they all have the cold element. Despite their difference in appearance and sounds, they all still share the cold element. Just by taking a look at the Snizer, it is clear to see it has an extremely unique design. If you look at it on a closer level, you will notice that it actually displays every one of its elements visually. These elements are air, water, cold, and fire. Although the Toe Jammer may look like it is made up of some sort of monster jelly, it is actually made up of roughly 99% water. Their watery composition allows them to rather easily squeeze through tight spaces and access places that other monsters are unable to reach. Monster handler Chris came up with the ideas and concepts for the Entbrat by imagining what the bratty child of an Ent from the Lord of the Rings would look like. There are 2 monsters, the Sponge and the Pummel, that share the exact same arms, but there is actually a 3rd, secret monster who also shares these arms. Interestingly, this 3rd monster isn't actually in My Singing Monsters. It appears in early concept art for the Moors design. These behind the scenes concepts reveal how the monsters' designs evolve and change before they make it into the game. In this case, the Moor never ended up using these arms, but they of course have been reused for the monsters Sponge and Pummel. The Mimic was a monster who was designed to, well, mimic the player's voice to replace monsters. Sounds familiar, right? This concept ultimately led to the Mimic scrapping and redesigning into the Studio. The Studio serves a very similar purpose, allowing players to create unique sounds and music for their monsters, turning the idea of the Mimic into something new. Editing Dawsy here. I just wanted to take a moment to let you know that I'm actually starting a second YouTube channel. On this brand new channel, I will be uploading LEGO and movie based content, including reviews, leaks, rankings, and much more, so there's plenty to look forward to. If you're a fan of LEGO or just enjoy that type of content, make sure to check it out. My second channel will be linked at the top of the description. Alright, that's enough from me. Let's get back into this useless yet interesting information. Most decorations in the game have typical pricing, commonly ending with a 0. However, the Optiglobe stands out with an oddly specific price. This wasn't just a random decision by the developers, as it's actually a nod to the original official release date of Among Us. The Gloptic's tentacles may not seem particularly impressive at first glance besides their colour, but if it were to actually stand up straight on them, it would reach an astonishing height of up to 60 feet tall. These tentacles at their full length are never actually visible, making this fact even more unknown. It seems likely that the Bogart has some kind of taste buds on the underside of his feet. This is seen in its description, as it states that the Bogart loves to stand in puddles. It sucks a muddy mixture of earth and water up through its feet to feed rapid horn growth. This suggests that the Bogart absorbs and possibly even tastes nutrients through its feet. The Yelmets never change their headpieces throughout their entire lifetime. From the moment they're born to their final days, they stick with and keep the same exact headpiece the whole time. According to canon, the first ever monster to be created may not be the one you'd expect. It's not one of the Wobboxes or the Celestials, but actually the Monculus. The Colossals created the Monculus as an experiment before moving on to create other monsters, making it the original creature in the monster world's history. As you can see, when My Singing Monsters released the Fire Oasis Festival, the letter Y was used to replace the letter I, but this wasn't just done for style. These Y's were actually meant to resemble a monster from that island, being the Candelabra. Monsters can't reproduce through natural means, which is why they rely on the breeding structure. Instead of traditional reproduction, they use DNA from sources like eggs or hairballs and place them in the structure. This process fuses the DNA, resulting in either one of the parent monsters being reproduced, or a brand new hybrid of both parents. However, not all monsters can breed with each other. Certain monster classes, like seasonals, can only breed on seasonal shanties and do not mix with other classes, such as naturals or ethereals. The reason for this is likely due to the instability of combining certain types of DNA, which could lead to unpredictable or even dangerous results. This system ensures that only compatible monsters are able to create new offspring while maintaining balance throughout the monster world. Well, those were all the facts I've gathered. If I missed any, be sure to comment them down below, and I'll make sure to include them in part 2 of this video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more My Singing Monsters content, and I'll see you in the next one.